Hey everybody, and welcome back to Felsbrunn. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas. This video should be coming out the day after Christmas. You are traveling today. Hope you have safe travels. We're fortunate enough not to be traveling during Christmas holiday. Well, good on you there. But we are just here harvesting field. This is field 19. Field right next to our plot of land. Farmer gave us a ring up and said, "Hey, I'll pay y'all like $2,000 if you can get our field harvested in time before it withers." We said to ourselves, "Well, that sounds like a bang up of a deal." We went ahead and took that. After all, we are still trying to get by without taking out a loan. We've got some big plans in the works, but need some cash. Basically, I want to put in a workshop, so I don't have to run down the shop constantly to change out tires. I've got a couple of silos I want to put in, so that I don't have to keep running down to the shop for pallets of seed, fertilizer, and lime. I'm thinking about putting in a silo for our horse feed. Not sure if we're going to do that though. Like to swap out some of our hay making equipment. Going to be a little bit bigger equipment. Hopefully work a little bit better. Love to get some of this equipment off of lease and purchase it. We don't have our daily charges ticking up. And our horses have started to consume, well, they've started to show consumption in their information menu, oats and everything. So I thought it was rather convenient that we were able to pick up this contract, because in the event that we have any overages, the farmer said we could keep those for our horses. Let's go ahead and look at that information screen. See that we need to, actually we should probably top off our water and straw today. Top off our hay, and you can see we started to eat down our oats. So whatever oats we get left, we're going to top off our horses there. And probably try to store a little bit away somewhere. Wheat is coming along quite nicely. Still have endeavors for putting down or kind of starting up a chicken farm also. Those chickens are going to need our wheat, our grain. Of course, we'll use the straw for the wheat. Kind of interesting. We had weeds in our field. You can see the weeds here in this field, but they didn't come all the way up to the road. They only came up to about this point, and it's like there was this whole strip. See, the field just above us has the same thing. As weeds on the lower, on the right half. Left half here doesn't have any weeds at all. That was kind of what we were seeing on our field, and been on our neighbor's field across the street. I'm thinking my grass up there on the hillside is ready to mow. Not 100% sure, because I don't know what fully grown grass looks like in the field. Looks a little bit shorter than the natural grass. It's next to it, but I think I've heard that field grass does look a little bit different than map grass does. Wonder if we're gonna get this whole field in our harvester before we have to unload it. Already made basically almost 5 passes, 4.5 passes here, and we're not even at 50%. Going to be interesting. Got his John Deere tractor and trailer there. Might hook up to my trailer. End up with less than 12,000 liters of oats, and take my trailer up to the shop, up to the sell point. Then whatever's left over, I can bring back in my trailer. That's what I'll do. And something I noticed when we were doing on our economy-based server one night. You look down there in the lower right. This harvester has got 48.6 hours on it. I had noticed that when we use the farmer's equipment, it now says borrow. It doesn't say lease anymore. Pretty sure it used to say lease, but now it says borrow. And it has hours on it. The maintenance gauge is down a little bit. So we're getting used equipment in essence when we're doing these contracts now after the 1.2.01 update. When that happened, it might have been in effect back in 1.1.3, and I just didn't notice it. Hard to say. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and time-lapse this a little bit here and finish out this field under some catchy music. I'll catch you on the other side. That should just about do us. This last little bit that we straggled by. Clear the field out. And see if we can get it all in here or not. Oh, just barely. Look at that. 11,878 liters. Our trailer holds 12,000. So let's see, where are we going to take this? We need to take this over to the grain elevator east, right? And let's see. What does our contract say? 80% done. All right, so let's hope. Let's hope we get a decent amount of grain left in this that we can then give our horses. And reap the rewards twofold. This way. So take the roundabout and go over the bridge. Take the first left. Took a look at the save game when I started this up. I've got 39 hours on this particular save game so far. Not sure what episode count I'm on at this point. I kind of forget. 39 hours so far of gameplay here on Felsbrunn. And start from scratch without taking out a loan is the massive grind. Oh yeah. I think what I'm going to do next time is new farmer mode, but turn it to economic hard difficulty. Start out with some buildings stuff. Right now with 1.2.01 that we have the ability to set a economic difficulty level, and we're not just tied into what is based with game rate. So I'm going to look up there, and as soon as it says complete, and as soon as our dollars up there start to increase, I'm going to stop the dump. All right. So we are left with 1,000 liters of oats. Clicked on our money. Harvest field 17. Harvest field 18. Harvest those two. Wheat and barley. If we wanted to. I think we're going to hold off on those. I might do those off. Might do those while you guys are off watching something else. Probably of mine, of course. What else are you going to watch, right? We'll probably do those harvest contracts while you guys are off watching something else. Taking out the signs. In fact, I kind of feel bad. Well, not bad, but you know, there's not a lot to do other than contracts as far as earning money. I don't want to do forestry at this point. Supposedly log grabs work a little bit better now after the update. I haven't tried them. Did do a little bit of logging when I was trying out one of those on the logging maps, and that was before the update, and those log grabs that I was using just didn't do anything. Barely pick up a single log before they stopped closing, ripping on the log and everything. Kind of holding out for the good old log fork duos from 17, and they make their way into 19 soon. Those things were great because they had 2 lower fingers and 2 upper fingers to grab the log, and they had straps So you could not only close the the claws around the logs, but you could also then strap the logs down so that then they were just even more secure in the log grabs. Couple that with the winch mod. Oh my gosh, I hope the winch mod makes its way back. And a decent little log trailer, and I could just make tens of thousands of dollars worth of a game day pretty easily. See all of the oats that we had left over. And come over here, a little bit of hay. Probably all that they're going to need. Straw. Took it all. I put their hay and oats up to about the same level. That's fine. Straw. Stored in this thing. Not going to need 12,000 liters of straw. Okay, we'll just dump it. So with the update 1.2.01, they seem to have taken out grass destruction. See, we are driving through our grass, and we're not destructing it, so to speak. Some people think that's unrealistic. I, for one, think it's just totally fine. You're not going to kill off or permanently flatten grass just as a result of driving over it once or twice with a tractor. If you drove over the thing like 10 times a day, then yeah, you would you'd do some damage to the grass. But just driving over it on an occasion, not going to really do too much for the grass. Not going to hurt it too much. Right? Let's top off the water. Right. Now they should be pretty good to go. A little more oats, a little more hay. And where's our mower? Mower is right. Get her out. And let's get our mower out. Mow that field there. See what kind of field we get on our hay. Right. We're gonna cut the main field first, then we'll venture out into the sides, see how far we can go before we run out of before we get called out for not owning the field. This side we can probably go all the way to the sidewalk, access road up to the castle. But the other side, it's just, I just go through a growth stage. Something changing. Check this. It's kind of got, it's grass. It's kind of got little seed pods to it. This is not, doesn't have any seed pods to it, so I don't know. I don't know if it's fully grown or not. Let's drive this way a little bit. Well, it's 3:45 in the afternoon, and we're pretty hard shadow here on this side of the mountain. Got our headlights on so we can see right up there against a cliff. We're out in the bright sun. Found a mod that was for placeable bushes and trees. I was testing it out though, and I didn't really like how it was acting. I put down one of each bush in a field over on Ravenport, my test map. I saved the game, came back, and a couple of the bushes were gone. What's up with that? Then I found a mod that had placeable trees. I put the trees down, kind of did the same thing. The trees were there, but if you went to the garage, the trees weren't listed. Oh, okay. And then next thing I know, I booted up the test map, and the save was corrupted. It was just tossing all kinds of errors when I was trying to load it up. So I restored from a backup, and basically said, well, these two mods are out while you test stuff. Don't want your main game save getting corrupted all of a sudden. Also back up your save game folders every so often, just in case things go awry, not hung out to dry. So we finished mowing, and we never really got the message that we were too far over here to the left, but I didn't want to push it any further, so I just went ahead and just stopped it there. Kind of expanded out the mowing a little bit there to the right also. And well, I basically have had enough of this little windrower. This thing didn't work good for me back on the little bit of grass that we did own back before we bought that plot across the street, and I don't want to feel like messing with it. It's going to take me far too long to rake all that up. This little thing, especially if it goes and acts up on me. I'm gonna drop it off here. Remember, this one was leased. Drop it off. Turn that thing. And we're gonna run over here to the shop. And they tell me that they've got a a slightly larger windrower here. Take a look at the catalog. Got a slightly larger windrower, which is that. It's $230 a day. $1,173 to initiate. It's $300 a day. $1,500 to initiate. This one is $1,000 to buy. $210 a day. $1,000 to initiate it. All right, let's go ahead and piece this one up. Now, got a lot bigger working with. It'll basically double our, cut our time in half. And from what I understand, this design picks up a lot better than that other one does because it's trailed those two hitch. Connected hitch. Let's go see how well this one handles. Definitely have some varying terrain to deal with here. But before we do that, we need to actually ted our grass into hay. Thing I thought about doing is I thought about making silage bales out of that. I don't really want to feel like deal with that slope in the round bales. Trying to up our tedder here. More and more of this area is going under shadow. Deep shadow, so we're going to turn our headlights. Get to tedding. Probably come back tomorrow and windrow this and pick it up with the forage wagon and stick it in our hayloft. Probably do one more contract harvest job today before we call it a night and turn in. Might do two, depending on how much time goes by. I'm gonna basically let you guys go and enjoy your day after Christmas. Hope everyone had a wonderful time, like I said earlier at the start, and has a safe New Year. If for some reason you don't get around to watching me between now and the New Year, have yourself a good, safe New Year's also. And quite honestly, the best way to enjoy yourself during the New Year, as far as I'm concerned, is to stay in. Go out. There's more than enough nutsos out there. Who knows what? Trying to ring in the New Year, and all they end up doing is causing themselves and others. Until next time, guys, happy farming.